How Israel's Iron Dome intercepts rockets. On Tuesday evening, videos on social media showed rockets fired from Gaza being intercepted by Israeli Iron Dome air defense system. In the conflict between Israel and Palestinian, both sides have taken to air strikes and rocket attacks. On Tuesday evening, videos on social media showed rockets fired from Gaza being intercepted by the Israeli Iron Dome air defense system. It appeared that the rockets were hitting an invisible shield. So, what is the Iron Dome? It is a short range ground to air defense system that includes a radar and Tamir interceptor missile that track and neutralizes any rockets or missiles aimed at Israeli targets. It is used for countering rockets, artillery, and mortars, CRAM, as well as aircraft, helicopters, and unmanned aerial vehicles. The genesis of the Iron Dome goes back to the 2006 Israeli Lebanon war when the Hezbollah fired thousands of rockets into Israel. The following year, Israel announced that its state run Rafale advanced systems would come up with a new air defense system to protect its cities and people. It was developed with Israel Aerospace Industries. The Iron Dome was deployed in 2011 when Rafale claims a success rate of over 90% with more than 2,000 interceptions. Experts agree that the success rate is over 80%. Rafale says on its website that it can protect deployed and maneuvering force as well as forward operating base and urban areas against a wide range of indirect and aerial threats. How does it work and what makes it so effective? The Iron Dome has three main systems that work together to provide a shield over the areas where it deployed, handling multiple threats. It has a detection and tracking radar to spot any incoming threats, a battle management and weapon control system, and missile unit. The BMC basically liaises between the radar and the interceptor missile. It is capable of being used in all weather conditions, including during the day and night. Retired Air Marshal Anil Chopra, who heads the Center for Air Power Studies think tank in New Delhi, explained that in any air defense system there are two main elements. One is the radar, which should have the capability to see small objects and be able to accurately track it. He said there are usually 2 to 3 radars in any air defense systems to spot and track incoming objects. When you launch the weapon, it is the tracking radar that will help the weapon reach there. After that, he said the weapon's own head will take over. Once the missile is fired, it should be able to maneuver, should be able to see the small target on her own and thereafter go and shoot. But it is impossible to hit the target directly each time, which is why there is something in each missile called proximity fuse, which is a laser control fuse. When passing within 10 meters of the target, that activates and blasts the missile with shrapnel that destroys the target. The warhead is exploded in such a way that it caters for velocity of the missile and the target, Chopra said. How much does it cost? Each battery or the full unit can cost 50 million. One interceptor Tamir missile cost around $80,000. In contrast, a rocket can cost less than $1,000. The system dispatches 2 Tamir missiles to intercept each rocket. However, Chopra said that is not a good measure to judge cost effectiveness. If I have to take rockets which cost very little and I am firing any missile, then it's an expensive exercise. But it proves a deterrent, he said. Also, he said cost effectiveness in each life saved second. He added it is about the morale of the nation is not being intimidated by rockets. So what kind of system does India have? Chopra said Israel along with the US and Russia is the leader. Israel had to master it because of the threat around them and they work very closely with the Americans. As India is in the process of buying S-400 air defense system from Russia for over $5 billion, Iron Dome was one of the systems that was being spoken of, he said. While India is continent-sized, Israel is smaller and had to deal with threats that are relatively close around it. We have got S-400 which also caters to the three threats, rocket missiles and cruise missiles, but they have much longer range. S-400 has to cater to shooting down missiles aircraft in some 300 to 400 kilometer range. Chopra said the S-400 has a much larger air defense bubble to knock off threats. India and Israel have significant cooperation in missiles, including Barak 8. We have also done a lot of work with Israel on air defense radars. At the moment, India has Akash short-range air to air missiles, and Russian systems include Pechora. All are being gradually replaced with more modern systems, Chopra said, adding that India is buying two National Advanced Surface to Air System 2 from the US to protect Delhi. Thank you.